when we released the second album, we had a lot of great reviews and a lot of great press, from media like Classic Rock Magazine and Burn in Japan. And the album actually was #1 in hard rock and metal sales in Japan on Amazon for like 1 week, for the whole week.
Today's guest is Jacob Deraps, and if that name sounds familiar, it should. We had Jacob on last year when Viva Rock And Roll dropped, and now he's back with some big news. The band are officially hitting the U.S. for the first time ever. So we're going to talk about the tour, the album, and everything in between. So Jacob, it's good to have you on again.
Thanks for having me.
So the last time we talked, obviously, was to promote the new album, and I guess a lot has happened since then. So, maybe at the time back then we were talking about the album itself, but this sounds like the next big natural chapter for you, especially when it comes to North America. How does this feel for you?
Very excited. I can't wait. It's the first time that we do a U.S. tour, and it's always been the goal and my dream, and we're doing it now. So, I'm looking forward to it.
This is excellent. I am as well. I'm going to be attending the New York City show at the Iridium, so hope to meet you there.
Awesome.
We can catch up a little bit more there, maybe grab a beer. But,
absolutely.
Once the album, was out in the world, it was released, maybe what surprised you the most? What kind of reactions did you get?
Well, we had released our first album a few years earlier, and, we gained many fans, and we did a tour. And when we released the second album, we had a lot of great reviews and a lot of great press, from media like Classic Rock Magazine and Burn in Japan. And the album actually was #1 in hard rock and metal sales in Japan on Amazon for like 1 week, for the whole week. So that was a great surprise for us. And the fans loved the music. The fans really loved the music. So it did great. It really did great, and I'm happy about that. I'm excited because it's the first tour. We haven't toured at all since the album came out. So I'm excited to bring that to the fans, and especially in the U.S., because most of my fans have always been in the U.S., and we could never make it work. And now finally the opportunity's there. So that's why I'm really excited to do that for the first time.
Well, it's great. And it sounds like the momentum is definitely building. I mean, circling back to the point about the #1 in sales in Japan, I mean, that's an amazing feat. I mean, do you have a big audience there? I mean, mainly where does your audience where do you hit your biggest audiences? Is it over there and in sort of the EU and the UK?
It's been a while since I've checked the stats online, but I think it's US and Japan, and then Canada, which are so US is the #1 where people listen to my music mostly, and then Japan. But I mean, I've never been to Japan. I have no idea, but obviously the album's doing well, and the record company over there, they like us, and I did a bunch of interviews. I've done, Burn Magazine, which is the big heavy metal and rock magazine in Japan. And we've done it for the first album, for the second album. And also the first album was nominated by the fans. We were nominated Best New Band in 2022 by the fans of Burn Magazine. So I guess there's a big following there, but like I said, I've never been there, so I have no idea.
Okay, I got the impression maybe you did do some shows over there, so it sounds like you have not. But where have you toured for this album?
For Viva Rock And Roll, we haven't toured at all. That's the first time actually, my very first show for that tour is tomorrow in my hometown.
Wow. That's amazing. So tell me what happens, like the behind the scenes things, like, the album comes out, what was it, last spring, I think, you're doing some promotion for it, but what gets you the ability to go out and book a whole tour? Like, is it obviously you're interested in it, but realistically with a lot of artists, you might be able to not do it, financial commitments, things of that nature. Why was
Yep.
this the right time?
Well, especially for the US, because we've never done the US before, so that's the first time. Um, it was the right time because, well, first we had 2 albums out, so we needed to get out there and promote the album and do a tour, and also we had the right team at the right time. We didn't have a booker before, so now we have the booker who's very, very invested in the band. He loves the band, and he's able to book a bunch of shows. He's able to figure out the logistics of the tour and all that stuff. So that's really great. My manager also, I've worked with my manager for so many years now, probably over 10 years, who's doing a really great job and wanted us to go in the US. So he was always, that was his goal. That was always his focus. But with the new booker and 2 albums out, it was the right time now to get out there and do it and finally commit to it. We had the opportunity. The opportunity came to us, so we took it. That's basically what happened. And we did tours before. We toured in 2023 for the first album, which came out in 2022. But we toured in 2023 for it. We went a little bit in Europe. We did a couple of shows there. We did a bunch of shows in Canada. Opened for Foreigner and Loverboy on one show. We opened for Lee Aaron. We opened for Blue Oyster Cult in England. So we did a bunch of things, but nothing like that though. This is a real big tour, 2 months. We were doing 3-4 shows a week, sometimes more. So that's really, I can't wait. But yeah, the opportunity came to us and we took it.
That's great. That's good to hear. Sounds like the vibes are in your corner. So, thinking about for you personally, getting out in the States, I mean, it's a big country. But, obviously you're playing some venues that have a lot of history. What
Yep.
excites you? Obviously, you're playing and you're getting out to the fans, but I mean, to place yourself out in the road, like you say, you might be doing 3, 4, 5, 6 shows a week. How does that make you feel knowing you're going to go into big cities, big venues?
Well, it's exciting and it's stressful also. It's because you don't know what to expect. It's the first time that we do it. It's the first time that I get on the road like that, and really, I'm gonna drive for hours, city to city, and play venues that I've never played before, which are iconic also, which many artists have been to before, like the Iridium or Daryl's House, which is owned by Daryl Hall, which is just fantastic. I love that music, so it's fantastic. It's a dream come true. So definitely exciting. Looking forward to it. I can't wait. And at the same time, it's very stressful because you don't know what's going to happen.
So do I get it right? Is this like another do-it-yourself tour? I take it your drummer, who I think is located in Australia, correct? Is he coming over for this run? Is it just the 2 of you guys on this?
No, he's not coming over for that one. We have another drummer.
Okay.
We have another guy. He couldn't make it for that tour. It's very complicated with him being in Australia, logistically and financially. So I have another guy, and he's awesome, great drummer. He sings also. So yeah, it's the same. It's the same set list, same songs. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, that's good. So it's the 2 of you in a van, driving around the country, setting everything up on your own, and doing
So it's a
everything
power
in between.
trio. So 3 guys. We have a bass
Oh,
player and a drummer also. Yeah, we have a full band.
okay. That's great. Okay. So I was, circling back to the album, and because, I had to take it out again and listen to it again, of course, with this news, and it's a great one. But, you wrote it, you produced it, you recorded it, you mixed it yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe, thinking about playing these songs live now, are there any songs that you're like, man, I can't wait to do this one or that one? What are your highlights you're looking forward to playing?
Oh man, I love this album. There's a lot of songs that I really love on this album. Last Fall is probably my favorite song that I've ever done. So I'm looking forward to that. Setting Sun is going to be fun also. We put it in the set list. We'll see how it goes over the weekend, but it's a tough one. A lot of vocals and stuff. So and Viva Rock and Roll, just a banger. Just a really and we're doing Born to Die also, which is one of my favorite. It's more heavy metal, 80s. a little bit of Guns N' Roses in it. Also, I mean, there's so many songs. I love all these songs.
Yeah, I mean, you have a couple of albums to draw from. I mean, are you going to
Yeah.
be trying to play just about everything you've written and recorded? And I know also you've dabbled in performing covers live. Like, what's your philosophy going to be in building this whole
Yeah,
set list?
I like to pick, the best songs, my favorite songs from the album, and just add a bunch of covers also because we love playing Van Halen,
Mhm.
AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, all kinds of stuff, Guns N' Roses. So I like to mix both. I don't want to just focus on the albums. I want to bring songs that people know also, and people expect Van Halen when they come to see me. So obviously we're going to play a lot of Van Halen.
Okay, so how does that go with you? Because of course we know it is, he's your mentor, so to speak, and he's your guiding force in everything you do. But with immense catalog like that, yes, you can pick 20 Van Halen songs to play a night. But for you, how do you narrow it down to showcase two or three, or maybe just one?
Yeah, I picked my favorite ones to play, which is we do Hot for Teacher, I'm the One, that kind of
Okay.
stuff, and some of the classics, like Ain't Talking About Love. It's just a classic. Love that riff. And Ice Cream Man, one of my favorite Van Halen solos. These are songs that I played for years,
Yeah.
and they're always fun to play, and people love them. So yeah.
Yeah.
And we do more. I mean, we've done Unchained before. We've done Main Street, but we can't do them every night because we have to pick songs. We have to.
Yeah.
There's a set list. There's a set length. We have to stay within the set length. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah, and you're really out there to promote your new material. The Van Halen stuff is great, but it's more for the fun side of things. Speaking of Van Halen, obviously, I'm curious. You're following through the years. Are you like obviously gaining new fans, but are these new fans drawn to you because of your connection or affiliation with the Van Halen style? Maybe in other words, you expecting a bunch of dudes to show up with Van Halen t-shirts on?
That could be. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's always possible. And honestly, my own original music has a lot of, influence from Van Halen, and it's great. And usually, if you're a fan of Van Halen and then you go and listen to that music, well, people like it. So there's a connection right there, and I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. That's great.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So now take us through the logistics of the tour. I mean, this is like you say, it kicks off tomorrow. How many shows are you doing? How much of the country are you covering? And maybe any key cities or venues you're looking forward to, let's say the most?
Well, we have like 4 shows here in Canada before we hit the US. And then after that, we have 13 shows in February. And we're still booking for March. So we're planning to do all of
Nice.
the South in March. Because right now we're doing all of the North. So from East to West. And as far as venues, honestly, I don't really know the venues. I've never
Mhm.
been there. I've been to US before, but I mean, I've never been to any of these venues before, so I have no idea. I'm looking forward to any of them. This is going to be awesome. I can't wait. And I don't know what to expect. I have no idea. I'm excited, and I'm bringing a rock show to, fans. I've never been to the US before, as a band. So, and most of my fans are in the US. So I'm excited to bring that to them for the first time. So hopefully everyone could come hang out and have fun with us. Yeah.
Okay. Will there be support acts in the cities, or is it just going to be your
Some
trio
of them,
and that's it?
yeah,
Okay.
some of them have support acts. I'm not the one who takes care of that, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I've seen some of the shows have support act on the bill. Yeah,
Okay. And I assume that you'll have merch available for sale, t-shirts,
yeah, a
CDs,
little
things
bit.
of that nature.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Albums and T-shirts and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Jacob, it's always, one of the things I always like to do when I talk to guests is, just have them step outside their musician life for a second. And maybe this is an appropriate thing to kind of ask you a couple questions, but like, when you're on the road, like, what are you going to do for those other hours? Obviously, with the logistics and the moving and the driving, but like, what are some of the things that you like to do outside of just playing guitar and writing music?
That's a good question. I like to hang out. I'll go and visit. If I see, I don't know, a restaurant or a bar or something. I don't even drink anymore. Actually, I stopped drinking a couple months ago. I'm
Good
not
for
saying
you.
forever, but
Right.
I'll take a non-alcohol drink and just hang out and maybe meet some new people. And I love visiting. There's a lot of great cities that have great history, and if I can visit and see, I like these hard rock, cafes and stuff like that. I'm gonna go and hang out there and see, and maybe buy some stuff, Guitar Center, and this kind of stuff. I guess it's simple, but I'm probably gonna go to Guitar Center and hard rock cafes and restaurants and bars, and if I have time, and I'm gonna stay at the hotel so and play some guitar because I like to do it. Probably gonna create some content also. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have much free time.
Yeah. Well, you got to take advantage, especially Daryl's house. I've never been to it. It's not that far from me, but it is an iconic and classic place. And I heard the warmth of the place and the vibe is fantastic. Of course,
Awesome.
the Iridium's small, but it's right in the heart of Manhattan. I mean, everybody and their mother that has any sort of relevance and skill has played there. So you're stepping into a place that is some hallowed halls. But I welcome
Legendary.
you to, yes, take advantage of New York City and enjoy a little bit of the culture. So, Jacob, where can people and our listeners find all the information on the tour dates, the music, and everything Deraps?
Derapsofficial.com. If you're looking for the tour dates, derapsofficial.com/tour. They're all going to be on there. So far, we have everything for February, and then the tour dates for March will be announced. And if you're looking for merch, again, derapsofficial.com. And all of our music is on all streaming platforms, and you can check out my social, Deraps Official, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Yeah, and TikTok also.
Well, that's good. Well, Jacob, I wish you the best of luck. Good catching up with you again, and I will definitely see you in New York City. And I appreciate you coming back on Metal Mayhem ROC. So, for our
my
listeners,
pleasure. That was fun.
Absolutely. So for our listeners, make sure you follow Jacob on the socials and the websites he just provided, and check him out and try and go see him in the city if they're coming somewhere near you. So thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. I'm Metal Walt, and this is Metal Mayhem ROC.
Metal for life.
Thank you for listening to Metal Mayhem ROC. Check out our website at metalmayhemroc.com for information on podcasts, archives, links to all our live radio shows, and all sorts of info. Please like, follow, and share with everyone, even your non-metal friends. And always remember to keep it heavy.